course, music. First though, let's head back to Hollywood. Ross is live from his house. Ross. Oh look, he's tinkling the ivories. Hi Ross.
You didn't know? You didn't know that I actually can play the piano? No. There we are. Now, this piano, though, has been played for real. Gary Barlow has played it. He even left me the original words of Back for Good written out in Gary's fair hand. He's played this piano. So has Chesney Hawkes. Ches came round one Christmas. We did a little bit of Christmas carolling by the piano and indeed by the fireside. This is so LA. This is the way you live in LA. You've got the air conditioning on, but you've also got the fire going full pelt too. Now, over by the bar, and of course it's very important to have a bar in LA, I have a shrine. Now, nothing to do with the Rat Pack and all the memorabilia that I collect, or indeed any of those funny little awards, but this actually is really what it's all about, the shrine. It is my Lorraine shrine. How about that? There are, that's the picture of us together before the restraining order. Of course, I've got the book, which I read every night. It's kind of like the Bible for me. Of course, you've got your mugs. This is a mug that I bought from eBay. It's actually been, you know, you've sipped from it, so it's great. I've got your DNA, Mike Flanagan, and in fact, I've got one of your old... What? I'll not mention that one, all right? Now, over here on the sofa, where we've met so many guests out here, here is my fiancée, who you know.
Brianna.
Here we are.
Oh.
And also, now, who's been your favourite guest that's popped by the house?
I'd have to say Bruno.
Oh, Bruno Donioli! Yes, Bruno. We sat on the balcony. As I mentioned, a lot of the Brits that come round here always just want a cup of tea more than anything. Bruno insisted on champagne. Remember that? He had to have the champagne, but someone much more down to earth, the wonderful, the beautiful Ashley Jensen, just to prove that I'm not the only Scot here in Los Angeles. So Ashley popped round, and she had a beautiful dog with her as well, Barney. So yeah, so people drop round, and it's funny, the amazing thing is they still want just a cup of tea. Isn't that how funny? It's just simple things. And you're a big tea drinker now as well.
I love my tea.
Punching above my weight, aren't I? That's what everyone at home's going, look, he's punching above his weight.
How lovely to see Brianna. She's so, so beautiful, and to see you in your great house. And we'll catch up with you lots later, Ross. I can't even speak now. But thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, it's a brilliant insight, isn't it, to life in LA. Now, let's see how John's getting on. Portable puddings.
Portable puddings, indeed. So, as you know, the tarts, the apricot tartlets, they're cooking in the oven. They'll be ready in about 10-15 minutes' time. And what I'm going to do for the most portable of all my portable puddings is make a portable pudding crumble. Now, I've got some rhubarb cooked down. I've got some apricot cooked down. So the rhubarb goes a really sort of beautiful red, and that's just rhubarb and sugar. Not a little tiny bit of water, that's it. And then some apricot to it, and again, just apricots chopped up nice and finely, a little bit of sugar, and then you cook them down to a sort of thick, compote jam consistency. You know, just make it thick and sweet and you'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is put it into a heat-proof jar. Now, that's already cooked, so I'm not going to cook it down again, but you'll see why it needs to be heat-proof in a second. So I'm going to take some of that rhubarb, and it's absolutely beautifully sweet. Now, I use a bit more sugar in the rhubarb than the apricot because rhubarb can be quite bitter, can't it, Lorraine? It can be a bit a bit tart. So I'm going to put those in there. So there's rhubarb in there. And then for the middle layer, I'm going to surprise you with some cream cheese. Now, that just sort of helps to cut through everything. It makes it a bit more dairy, but also it just balances everything out. So I use full fat cream cheese too. None of this slimming stuff, in my opinion. It's going to be full fat. And in there, I'm going to put some icing sugar and then beat that together with the zest of about half an orange, again, just to mingle all the flavours and make it tasty. And then I'm going to layer this up into the thingy. What's it called? A jar, ramekin, whatever. And then I'm going to crumble the top. Now, make sure when you put it under the grill with the crumble on, you take off the ring, this rubber ring. Otherwise, what this will do is it'll sort of go all funny in your oven, and you don't want that. So layer it up, put the crumble on top, the recipe's online, and then under the grill. Simple as that. Easy peasy.
John, that looks brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, do you remember back in July, we were all so sad by the news that Bernie Nolan had died from breast cancer. It was, of course, a devastating loss for all the family. Well, now, Bernie's sisters, Anne and Linda, want to help other sufferers. And Linda's with me now. Before we talk, let's have a reminder of how this awful disease has affected the Nolan's family. The Nolan sisters found fame in the 70s and became a household name with their hit song, I'm in the Mood for Dancing. But as well as the highs of their careers, the family have had to endure plenty of lows. In 2000, Anne Nolan was diagnosed with breast cancer and had to have 14 cancerous lumps removed. In 2006, Linda was also struck down by the cruel disease and underwent a mastectomy, as well as chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And it was in 2010 that Linda's younger sister Bernie had her first battle with the disease. After extensive chemotherapy and a mastectomy, it appeared that she had beaten breast cancer.
I feel great, really good, thank you. Thank
Excellent.
God. Yeah. I've got 3 hysterectomies.